the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Ran away. I swear I'll never be a sand away. My enemy. Ran away. I swear I'll never be a sand. Look out for yourself. But I'm ready. Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the halls and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind and I'm waiting for the time when I show you what it's like to be worse fit in a mind. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn, they hate us. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Ran away. I swear I'll never be a sand away. My enemy. Ran away. I swear I'll never be a sand.
Look, okay, I'm hoping that somebody pray for me. I'm praying that somebody hope for me. I'm staying where nobody supposed to be. Posted, being a wreck of emotions. Ready to go whenever you let me know. The road is long, so put the pedal into the flow. The enemy on my trail, my energy unavailable. I'ma tell him my silhouette go. They wanna fly on my drive to the top. I've been out of shape, thinking out of the box. I'm an astronaut. I blasted off the planet rock that caused catastrophe, and it matters more because I had it. Now I had. I thought about wreaking havoc on an opposition, kinda shocking. They want a static with precision. I'm automatic quarterback. I ain't talking second packet. Pack it up on panic. Batter up. Who the baddest? It don't matter, cause we is your
Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Spare the sympathy. Everybody wants to be my enemy. Ran away. I swear I'll never be a sand away.
And Big Movie of Acts here to honor Canada with the singing of today's Canadian national anthem. Please welcome local singer and songwriter from right here in the Welland City, Welland, Ontario, Rob Repose.
Thank you, Rob. Happy Father's Day to all the dads, including my dad, who's here today too. So, oh Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Let's go Jackfish!
Once again, Welland's own Rob Repose. All right, please direct your attention to the mound for today's ceremonial first pitch. Local father, Dave Vordow. Welcome to the mound, Dave Vordow, for today's ceremonial first pitch. Happy Father's Day once again, everyone. All right, down to the field we go. The Director of Fun, Ryan Harrison, is with today's Play Ball Kids.
All right, Fanatics, I got Brandon and Nathan here to get this Daddy's Day started. On three. 1, 2, 3. Play ball! Play ball, here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the pond for this edition of Welland Jackfish Baseball. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. 3,000 plus packed upon this afternoon for a rivalry game. The Guelph Royals in town to take on the Welland Jackfish. I'm Alec Murray alongside Reese Dumani. Reese, we don't want to talk about what happened last night to the Welland Jackfish, but we want to talk about today and what a great week this team has had. 11-2 coming into today. A little bit of a different story for the Guelph Royals, who look to get back kind of in the win column after a tough loss to Brantford.
Yeah, both teams coming off losses yesterday. It was the Guelph Royals for the second time this season. You know, we're talking about a Red Sox team that only has a couple of victories. Both victories against this Guelph Royals club, including a 5-1 dub yesterday at Arnold Anderson Stadium. So, yeah, they're looking to rebound. They're looking to get back in the win column, and I would say they have to get on a roll pretty soon here, heading through the month of June and into July.
Jackfish bats yesterday were really good. They got a good start from Ben Abram, faltering late in that ball game. Barry caught fire in the late innings to take the victory 8-7. Look at the season stats between these two teams. Wildly different numbers on both sides of the screen. For the Welland Jackfish, the offense that just keeps on clicking and no give on the Jackfish side of things. The pitching as well has been there for Welland this season. Jose Dominguez gets the start, his home debut for the Welland Jackfish here today on Father's Day. Dominguez, former MLBer of the San Diego Padres system, last pitch for them in 2017. He's had an excellent start to this season. As the leadoff man, J.D. Williams steps into the batter's box, and we are moments away from first pitch here in Welland. As Dominguez, long look into Robert Mullen. And here is the first pitch of the ball game on the outside corner for strike one. Let's look at the Jackfish defensively here this afternoon. Mateo Porcelano, Gio Morello, and Brandon Hupe occupy the outfields as J.D. Williams sends one right center field. Drifting over is Brandon Hupe to make the catch, one down. We'll get that graphic right back up for you to go through the infield of the Welland Jackfish today. Jake Sanford, Jonah Weisner will occupy the left side. Brendan Luther and Josh Marqueza. Big Ma's in the lineup here on Father's Day. Dominguez will do the pitching. Robbie Mullen will do the catching for Welland this afternoon. 26 degrees, partly cloudy, a beautiful afternoon for Father's Day baseball.
Oh, it's gorgeous. We got a breeze coming up into the press box after we were worried how warm it could be up here. That breeze makes it fairly tolerable.
Bunting that one into the ground and then off himself is Connor Moore, the shortstop. Look at Guelph's lineup here today. J.D. Williams will lead off. Connor Moore will bat second. Garrett Takamatsu to the 3-hole. Liam Wilson will clean up and bat fourth and play first base. Andy Leader, well-known IBLer, will play right field and bat fifth. Ethan Hammond, Brando LaRue, Matthew Ward, and Carson Burns round out the starting nine for the Royals here this afternoon. An offense that has had trouble to start this season for Guelph at a 4-8 record.
Yeah, we were going through the numbers, and you saw the comparisons between the two clubs, the batting average for each side. We're talking about 8 different Jackfish who are hitting over 300, and just 2 on this Guelph Royals squad. And you're looking up and down their lineup, you're thinking, really? Only 2? The amount of talent they have. So, yeah, they got to get on a roll offensively, that's for sure.
Saw the standings pop up there. Guelph in that 8 seed early on, still in the season. A couple of guys that they are still waiting to get. You know, Claudio Custodio, who is one of the best pitchers in the IBL.
Yep.
An MVP in this league. Very tough to hit. They're going to get him soon. Another nice add to Brandon Cush in their lineup as well. Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3 called. And the first punch out for Jose Dominguez as he catches Connor Morrow looking 2 down.
Yeah, and he's still having words with home plate umpire Connor McKenna, who just came down from the minor league ranks. So you might see him with a different shirt on, or different logoed shirt, I should say. But, yeah, early on, Morrow not too pleased with the strike zone.
I think it was questionable. Mullen, it tricked him as well, didn't catch it, but it's a good pitch from Dominguez, came right back over. Breaking ball is up just to our right, 0-1. Going to come back down into the seats. Fans still piling in here this afternoon. The berms are full. Lots of lawn chairs, lots of beach towels. All the seats here were sold out as of yesterday afternoon. Chopper to Sanford. That one gets through, base hit. Takamatsu continues his hot start to the season, and he's aboard with 2 away.
Yeah, Takamatsu is one of those guys hitting over 300, coming in hitting 350 in this being number 12, game number 12 for him, 40 at-bats so far through the first 11 games, and it was a pretty big deal when he came to the Guelph Royals from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and very popular in Toronto, but they love him in Guelph, and you know, another guy that just gets butts in seats. You want to come see Garrett Takamatsu play baseball.
So a runner at first, 2 down. Now Dominguez gets the cleanup man, Liam Wilson, former Kitchener Panther, now here in Guelph. Starts him with a breaking ball, strike one call. Wilson doesn't like that call.
If I'm Dominguez, I pound that inside corner. If he's going to call it, keep going there, because it's frustrating these Guelph hitters here in the first.
Wilson, a guy who he'll let you know if he's not pleased. 0-1 the count to him. Fastball, outside corner, 0-2. Steps out of the box once again. And Dominguez has him 0-2, and now where do you go back? First he came inside, then he paints outside. Trying to get out of this inning and strand the runner at first. Fans getting into this one early. Dominguez, 0-2 pitch is going to be swatted into right field, base hit. Wilson attacks 2-0. Takamatsu going to go first to third. He's in, and runners at the corners with 2 down on a base hit from Wilson. Good piece of hitting from Liam Wilson, and Dominguez trying to go back to that outside spot. Wilson that time protecting, just extended it, able to get that one into right.
Yeah, it was a solid line drive base hit from Liam Wilson. That adjustment with 2 strikes, you have to adjust your swing. As much as guys don't really like to do that, you got to shorten up with 2 strikes, and instead of trying to pull that baseball and hit for power over the wall, he just simply strokes it to right field, and a nice simple base hit, and the extra base taken from Takamatsu.
Jackfish wrapping up their 5th game in 6 days. This being number 5. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday. Yesterday, of course, at 4 o'clock in Barrie, and now here this afternoon on Father's Day. 1-0 pitch from Dominguez, rocks into it. Leader holds off 2-0. Andy Leader, a guy who has had a huge amount of success in the IBL over his seasons. Also a former Kitchener Panther, now here in Guelph for his 2nd season after coming over from a trade. He was amazing for them in the playoffs. Bounces that one up to short. Short pick, Weisner to second in time, and Dominguez gets out of it. So the Jackfish strand a pair on the top of the first. We head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless on Father's Day here at the pond.
Even on Daddy's Day, Father's Day, presented by Niagara College. We head down to the Director of Fun, Ryan Harrison, once again. Take it away.
Thank you, Rod. For that, I'm over here in section 105 with Kim, and she doesn't know it yet, but it is her first time. She wants to become a fanatic just like all of you, and the only way she can do that is one thing, and one thing only. What is that, fanatics? And here comes Fisherman Fred himself with an ice-cold bass. Make some noise for Kim. She's become a fanatic real quick. Do it, Kim. Don't question it. Kiss it. Yes! Now, Kim, you're one of us. You're going to walk home with a Niagara College gift packet and an ice-cold pond water lager. One more time, fanatics, for our newest fanatic, Kim.
And if you haven't heard, how does free French fries sound if Welland Jackfish pitchers strike out 5 or more opposing hitters during any home game this season? Each fan here at the park can redeem their game tickets for a free medium fry with any purchase at Welland McDonald's locations, Niagara Street and Lincoln Street. And remember, $5 from every strikeout this season will be donated to the Ronald McDonald House. 50-50, brought to you by Crime Stoppers of Niagara. Should be a big jackpot this afternoon. Get your 50-50 tickets now.
Things off for the Jackfish.
Jackfish, the shortstop, number 4.
Thank you for joining us on a beautiful Father's Day Sunday from the Rose City. As we take a look at Guelph Royals defensively here this afternoon. Starting the outfield left to right on your screen, Ethan Hammond, J.D. Williams, and Andy Leader, the outfielders. Carson Burns and Connor Morrow will occupy third and short. Brando LaRue and Liam Wilson. On the right side of the infield, Sebastian Rodriguez, Matthew Ward will be the battery. Garrett Takamatsu DHs this afternoon for the Royals, as Jonah Weisner in to lead things off here for the Welland Jackfish. First pitch from Sebastian Rodriguez, who gets the start, is outside for ball one. Rodriguez, not an ideal start to his IBL career, pitching to over a 7 ERA in 5 innings this season. Works quickly on the bump, outside 2-0. Lining up for the Jackfish offensively here today, as we'll get that graphic popped up here for you on the screen. There it is, and you look at Jonah Weisner leading things off as he sends one to left field. Shallow pop fly, under it is Hammond to make the catch. Gio Morello will play center and bat second. Mateo Porcelato will bat third. Robert Mullen continues his torrid stretch to the season, bats fourth. Jake Sanford plays third and bats fifth. Brandon Hupe, Grayson Barrett, and Josh Marqueza will bat eighth. And Brendan Luther will bat ninth. That rounds out your offensive 9 for the Jackfish here this afternoon. Gio Morello will step in with one away. Nobody on. Against Rodriguez. Well outside, 1-0.
This is a Jackfish offense that's looking to continue to stay hot. We saw them put up 10-plus runs in each of the 3 weekday games this past week. Still put up 7 despite a loss yesterday.
Offering Morello does go around, and it's 1-1.
It seems like no matter who's on the mound, they're getting a ton of run support of late from this offense. And 23 runs on a Thursday, I'd say that's more than enough.
Especially when your pitching holds the opposing team to 2.
Yep.
Morello waving a miss, 1-2. Always an entertaining one when the Guelph Royals come to town. These two teams have had a ton of rivalry games the past couple of years. You look back to last year, Guelph knocking off Welland in Game 5 to head to the finals. And a chopper foul. Morello stays alive, 1-2. It's always an entertaining one when these two meet up, whether it's in Guelph or here in Welland.
And with this being meeting number 2 of the week.
Yep.
Met on Tuesday in Guelph.
An 8-run fifth after Guelph had a 4-0 lead. And that was plenty enough for Euclides Layer. 2-2 down to Morello. Yeah, the starter's getting all types of work here this week. You run a full 5-man rotation through the week. And that's where it comes in nice to have 5 really, really good quality starters. Gio Morello in on his hands, bounces it to second. Brando LaRue scoops it up on a first 2 down.
Batting third, left fielder number 10, Mateo Porcelato.
A fly ball and a ground ball so far. Weisner with the fly out to left. Morello grounding out to second base there. Let's see if we can get some 2-out magic with Porcelato here. That was a big part of the Jackfish victory on Wednesday here at the pond against the Hamilton Cardinals in that makeup game. Got started in the first inning with 2 outs and scored their first run, and then it just kept on coming en route to, I believe it was 15 total in that contest.
Yeah, quite the amount of runs the Welland Jackfish have scored here this week. 4 times. 7 was the least. That's the least amount of runs they had, and they lost that baseball game, despite 6 innings of 1-run baseball from Ben Abram. Full slate of IBL games today. Barrie, the lone team, not in action. Hamilton in London for their Pack the Park game. That game is going to be loaded up at Labatt Park in London. It's just underway as well as Porch fouls one off. This one here, of course, and then also underway at 2 o'clock start at Dominico Field at Christie Pitts. Chatham Kent in Toronto take on the Maple Leafs. And the Kitchener Panthers and Brantford Red Sox battle at Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford. That's the slate. We'll keep you up to date around the IPL this afternoon. All afternoon games as Porcelato takes well outside 2-2.
I like that they've split 2 of them up too. You get 2 at 105, 2 at 205.
Nice little sprinkle of action around the IBL. Should be a lot of good contests today, too. Outside, and Porcelano's worked it full. Rodriguez trying to establish that outside part of the plate, but those pitches not even close.
No, they're reading that out of the hand, and they see it drifting away from the plate, so those are easy takes, especially for Porcelano.
Porch is starting to find his groove back in the batter's box. First tough couple of games for him coming back from the Frontier League as he takes inside for ball 4. And he draws another walk. So the 1-2 count, he works back to full and able to draw himself on base. And that'll give Robert Mullen a chance here in the first.
Yeah, nice job to battle back. You've got the current home run king with 8. Mullen going deep twice in Kitchener, of course, on Thursday. Rodriguez thought he had strike 3 on Porch. Took a little bit of a walk towards the dugout, but now he's got to deal with Robert Mullen, which is never a fun task.
340 batting average for Mullen. 8 bombs, 19 ribbies. Pitch is at the knees for strike 1.
Plus the threat of Porcelano trying to snag a bag. He's got 6 in 7 games.
He's going to head off on the second or third pitch here. Loves to run. There he goes. Mullen, look out! Swing and a miss, and that bat comes out of his hands all the way down the third base line.
Say, watch out, CJ.
Yeah, right by south side down there along the Jackfish dugout. Porcelano does swipe number 7, though. He's into scoring position.
Yeah, he likes to get that running / jumping start where if you can catch it at the right time, he's dead in the water. You've got him at first base. But I think with the amount of experience and the talent that he has, he can understand how to read a pitcher, and all he needs is 1, maybe 2 pitches of the next at bat to really get a good read on the pitcher where he can time that jump or that running start perfectly to easily swipe that bag.
Mullen now on an 0-2 count. Rodriguez trying to stand Porch at second. Mullen on the ground is short. Bouncer to Morrow. Morrow on to first, in time, side, retired. So the Royals do strand a man in scoring position, and we've played 1 inning here in Welland. Scoreless after 1. We head to the second. The Rose City on Father's Day.
Contestants for the Conte's Collision, presented by Conte's Collision Center. Ryan, it's all yours, buddy.
All right. Happy Father's Day, Fanatics. We got Matt and Hayden for the Conte's Collision. Here's how this works. When I say go, you take off and smack into your, I guess, rival over there. Stay on your feet, you win. Go down, you don't. We'll do it till somebody wins. You guys ready? All right, Fanatics. Welcome to Father's Day at the Pond. Are you ready? On your mark. Get set. Go. This could be quick or it could be a while. Let's see. That's it. Congratulations, Matt. You're walking home with 4 tickets to a future Jackfish game. Fanatics, one more time for our contestants, Matt and Hayden.
Fans, we're pleased to announce that the Welland Jackfish at the Pond is a licensed entertainment venue. Visit the Bait Shop concessions or the new Miller Lite dugout located on the third base side and enjoy an ice-cold tall boy. Please drink responsibly and respect the rules. Help us maintain a positive atmosphere for each and every one of our Welland Jackfish fanatics. Are you ready to party? Your group, ball team, or birthday party can join us here at the Pond. Visit fan services at the front gate or wellandjackfish.com/groups for more information about our all-inclusive group tickets, Newark Barge, and VIP Miller Lite Suite. Perfect for any occasion. Group tickets are on sale now for all remaining 2025 Welland Jackfish home games.
Welcome back inside the pond, inning number 2. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani, we thank you for joining us
Leading off the second
this
inning for the
afternoon.
Royals, left fielder number 28.
Jackfish
Ethan
making a
Hammond.
couple of moves this past week as well, Reese. It's been a busy week of games and transactions. Start with Enrique Saldana, who pitched for the Welland Jackfish last season. Did not come back this year, but was traded in a package with catcher. I'm blanking. Young.
Russell Young.
Yeah, Russell Young, that's it. So Russell Young and Enrique Saldana were a package deal to the Hamilton Cardinals to free up some roster spots. And when you saw that transaction made, you're like, okay, well, something's got to be coming. You're shipping a couple of guys out, and something is coming exactly. Pierre-Olivier Boucher acquired from the Frontier League and the Quebec Capitals, 2023 draft pick of the Atlanta Braves. Another outfield bat for the Welland Jackfish. Not that they needed another one, but you can never have too many, as the offering is outside. Leaving the count at 2-2. And then if that wasn't enough, you acquire infielder Austin Gom, brother of Jackfish player T. Gom. So Tyson and Austin will play together as that one is fouled off. Mullen in some pain as that one was right off the mask.
Been a tough week for
It has.
Mullen, man.
What a season Austin Gom is coming off of. Just won a national championship in college with LSUS. Batted over 340 for that championship team. 12 bombs and 64 RBIs for Gom. So another very good infielder for the Welland Jackfish and a middle of the lineup bat, as if they needed any more of those as well. Yeah. But yeah, Gom is supposed to be here next week. Pierre-Olivier Boucher supposed to be here around the 25th, so a couple of weeks. He will be here. That one is up the middle. Luther to a slide, to his feet, onto first in time. Gorgeous play by Brendan Luther at second, and his magical defensive season continues.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch him play second base. And,
LaRue.
you know, it just the transition again. I talked about it a lot on our previous games, but it's so smooth. Glove to hand, and then firing it over to first base makes it so easy. And it's all one motion too. Whether it's a slide, whether it's a dive, there's no stopping and getting set. There's get the ball and quickly throw it over to first, because they are close plays. There are a lot of speedy runners in this league, so you can't take that extra time to get set. It's just a smooth transition the entire way through.
Should mention was as well, everybody available tonight or this afternoon for the Welland Jackfish out of the bullpen, as that one is sky high, shallow center. A couple of steps off the infield. Jonah Weiser, the shortstop, out to make the catch, 2 down. Everybody available out of the bullpen. Jackfish get 5 days off after playing 5 and 6. So nice
10,
little
Matthew
stretch
Ward.
of rest. That also frees up lots of arms that you maybe want to get work in, or some innings before that long stretch of time off.
Yeah, you only go Friday, Saturday next week, and fairly quick week for the Welland Jackfish.
Absolutely. So 2 down here in the second inning, and Dominguez has retired his first 2 batters he's faced. That'll bring in Matthew Ward. As Ward takes strike.
He is the other Guelph Royal coming into action today, hitting over 300, 303 on the campaign for the Royals catcher.
Little quick pitch from Dominguez. Just misses outside, 1-1.
Whatever you can do to throw off the timing of the hitter.
Mullen wants to go right back to that outside spot. Still stays out, 2-1. Couple of good takes from Matthew Ward. Carson Burns on deck for the Guelph Royals. That one's in the zone, and it's 2-2.
Getting set up for a very quick inning here.
Dominguez with 1 strikeout here so far this afternoon, looking to make it 2 and send the Jackfish back to the dugout. Here comes the 2-2, and it's fouled off. Staying alive is Matthew Ward.
Yeah, early on, you're really seeing Dominguez living on the edges of the plate here, whether it be going in, going out. We've seen him go out a little bit more, but nothing has seemed to leak over the heart of the plate.
Just missed firing again, and it's 3-2. Another close pitch taken by Ward. And we'll see what Dominguez goes with here in a 3-2 payoff pitch. Looking to retire it, 3 up, 3 down here.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Can't answer my phone now. Just leave it there, that tone. Ballin' can't beat me up, cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now.
Scoreless through an inning and a half here in Welland. Sold out crowd. Over 3,200 fanatics in attendance this afternoon for Father's Day. Great little giveaway today too, a barbecue mitt. Very cool, and first 500 fans got those. They were gone in the blink of an eye.
Leading off the second inning.
Backroad Barbecue sponsoring
baseman number 13,
the giveaway for Father's Day. Kind of goes hand in hand. You get the barbecue, Backroad Barbecue place in Port Colborne sponsoring Father's Day with a barbecue mitt. Goes really nicely together.
Yeah, the design's sharp.
Looks
really
great.
looks nice. What's your go-to barbecue? What are you
Like
going?
food?
Yeah, food.
Oh, I'm a big ribs guy.
Okay.
I'm also a big pulled pork guy.
All right.
I love it. If I'm feeling expensive, I go brisket.
Okay.
I do love it. I do love it.
Yeah, I love that.
But you can never go wrong with a rack of ribs. That's
No.
that's the go-to.
Nice.
What about you?
I'm glad. You know what? I've gotten into like making my steak in like a cast iron pan on the stove and then
Okay.
finishing it in the oven. So I
Okay.
was gonna say that, but I'm simple. Like, give me some hot dogs and hamburgers.
There you go. You
That-
can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing too complicated.
A couple of cold ones, burgers, hot dogs,
Absolutely.
backyard. Beautiful day like today.
Yep.
Set the scene for you. 3-0 to Jake Sanford to start the bottom of the second. 5-6-7 for the Fish in this one. Sanford, green light, 3-0, fouls it off.
The week he's had, don't blame them for that.
Absolutely. Coming off a game last night, which saw him record 2 triples. I don't think that's ever happened in his career, but it did last night. Both to left center, too. 3-1 on the way. Sanford in on his hands. Chopper to first. Covering in time is Rodriguez, one away.
Right fielder number 21,
Yeah, I love the
Brandon
confidence in
Bouquet.
having Sanford green light 3-0. Gets a good swing off, but fouls it off, and then unfortunately rolls over on the 3-1 pitch. Looked like a pretty good spot for Sanford, too, kind of in that wheelhouse in the middle to inner third of the plate. Just rolled over to first base. Almost beat it out, though. I love the hustle down the first base line. 1 through 9, you see that from the Jackfish. Made it a closer play than it probably should have been.
Brandon Hupe went around. Yes, he did. 0-1. Grayson Barrett Grayson Barrett lingering on deck. Josh Marqueza hoping to get an at-bat here. Bottom of the second. Good start for Sebastian Rodriguez. 0-1 on the way, check swing. Did he go? Held up that time, and it's even at 1-1. Hupe has had a great start to the season with the bat as well for this Welland Jackfish team. Well over that 300 mark. Brandon Hupe cracks one deep left center field. Back on the warning track is Williams up against the wall. Makes a great catch. Hupe just under it. 2 down. That was a loud one.
Oh, give it, another foot or two, and then that's probably a 1-0 lead for the Jackfish. Yeah, that was driven in one of the deepest parts of the ballpark, trying to open the scoring on a Father's Day, and you can kind of feel the crowd getting into it as that ball's carrying, like, oh, are we going to see it? And just, yeah, like you said, just got a little bit under it.
Right off the crack of the bat, too. That was a loud one, like we mentioned. Just enough room for J.D. Williams, who again made a great running grab up against that wall. Grayson Barrett, first pitch, sends one to right center field. That ball is going to hit the gap. Barrett, big turn. Great job by Leader to get there and cut it off. And that'll hold Barrett to a single.
First baseman.
And that'll bring in Josh Marqueza. Marqueza drawing into the lineup for Father's Day this afternoon. 1 bomb, 4 RBIs on the season. Like to get that average up just a little bit from $170. In an early spot here with a runner at first. 2 down for Marqueza. Big power bat. Possesses a ton of it. Next to crowd that home plate as well is Rodriguez, now out of the stretch. Breaking ball stays out, 1-0.
That breaking ball first pitch, it looked juicy, and then it was good recognition from Marqueza to see that it wasn't going to make it back to the plate, so it's a good take on the first pitch.
Another one that stays outside. 2-0 to Marqueza.
It's like we're trying to stay away from every left-handed hitter on this Jackfish squad. Tough to blame them, but
light breeze is drifting about here today, but again, really nice, warm, 26. Ball's going to fly this afternoon, especially in an afternoon setting like today. Marqueza called strike one, and it's 2-1 to the first baseman.
Again, feeding that outer corner of the plate. We want nothing in the wheelhouse of this lineup.
2-1 to Marqueza. Wave and a miss, and it's even at 2s. Went back to that outside pitch again and got him to chase that time.
Just have to shorten up now, try and put something in play. You see him choke up on the bat just a little bit.
Really crowds that plate. 2-2 from Rodriguez as he comes set. Barrett the lead off first. Marqueza fouls it off. That protective guard on his right leg, and it stays 2-2.
See if Marqueza can have himself an at-bat here. Already seen 5 pitches. 6th one upcoming. Then send it to, you could argue, the best 9 hitter in the IBL, the way he's playing right now.
Big Maz trying to get on base here and extend the inning. 2-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. And Rodriguez with a punch out gets out of it as Strands Barrett at first base. 2 innings in the books here on Father's Day. We're scoreless as we head to the 3rd in the Rose City.
He's got his contestants ready. Ryan, take it away.
All right, for now, we got Kyle and Brian for the Empty Bellies Dizzy Bat Race. Here's how this works. When I say go, head, bat to floor, spin around till I say stop. Hook point, you try to probably get up. Hit the ball at the tee. First contestant to do so wins $25 to Empty Bellies. Fanatics, again, are you ready? We can do better than that, I said. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. Oh, mini coaches here. Round and round and round they go. They'll probably fall. I don't know. Shank. He says faster. Faster, he says. Fanatics, what do you think? Keep going, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm with you guys these days. It's wild that mini coach is actually more ruthless than real coach is. Huh? 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 again. 5, 4, 3 again. 2, 2, 1. Go. Congratulations, Felix, right here up at home with $25 under bellies. Fanatics, one more time for our contestants. Aren't they great?
Want to wear the fish? Visit the new tackle box on the first base side of the stadium or online at shop.wellandjackfish.com for all your Fanatic needs. A reminder, the park is a non-smoking facility. Smoking and vaping are not allowed anywhere within the stands or concourse in accordance with provincial and municipal regulations. Leading off the third inning for Guelph, third baseman number 9, Carson Burns.
Carson Burns leading things off for the Royals here in the top half of inning number 3. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Royals. Williams and Morrow on deck and in the hole. As Burns takes outside, 1-1 now the count. As Jose Dominguez back onto the bump for his third inning of action. 1-1 from Dominguez, stays outside, 2-1.
Tried to slow things down there. Saw a changeup come in from the Jackfish right-hander.
Dominguez, 2-1. And it's inside, 3-1.
Good spot, though. This feels like a big out early on in the game. You've got bats in this Guelph Royals lineup that can do damage. You'd like them to do it with nobody on.
Burns, pop up. Couple of steps out on the infield. Weisner again makes another grab out there in shallow center. 1 away.
Going back to the second, that's 3 straight
Williams.
pop-ups to Weisner. All have been shallow center field. He's had to move to his left. Putting on a clinic at shortstop there.
J.D. Williams back to the top of the lineup for Guelph. 0 for 1 flew out to right to open the ball game. Last season that made a run to the final. Ton of speed, great defensive center fielder. Another one going to be popped out of play. Marchesa giving it a look. It's going to be about 9 rows up, 10 rows up. Bounces to a fan.
He was looking for the barge over there down the right side.
And an 0-2 hole is J.D. Williams. Can flash power as well. Dominguez to the plate. And protecting and fighting one off, Williams.
You can see Dominguez there again trying the quick pitch. Nothing in 2, and Williams with a big emergency hack, just trying to get any piece of that baseball. Just fouled it off to the right side, but in that situation there, speeding up the delivery definitely worked.
Another 0-2 coming from Dominguez. Here it is, and another foul off by Williams.
Handing out a lot of souvenirs in this at-bat.
Dominguez looking for that put-away pitch. Another 0-2. Bounces in the dirt as Williams lays off 1-2.
Yeah, he had a feeling he'd probably put one in the dirt sooner rather than later.
Well, you had a pitch to waste. Could have another one here if you want to go outside the zone. See if you can get a chase from J.D. Williams, who's in hack mode now. Dominguez comes home, and Williams in whack mode sends one to right field. That's a base hit. Great at bat for J.D. Williams and a one-out single for the Royals.
Shortstop Connor Morrow.
It was similar to the Liam Wilson single we saw in the first inning, where you just flick your hands out with 2 strikes and shoot the ball the other way. And with the ball catching enough barrel, that's easily a line drive base hit. So after fouling off a couple of really tough pitches, including a quick pitch, 0-2 from Dominguez, and then watching one in the dirt, expecting fastball again, goes with it the other way. Another hitter that Dominguez gets ahead of.
Starts him off 0-1. Connor Morrow, the shortstop, pardon me. Looking for a ground ball here to get out of the inning. Wisner and Luther straight up the middle. Good job by Robert Mullen to keep that ball in front of him on the backhand spear, 1-1. Dangerous bat lingering as Takamatsu on deck. Hoping to get a chance with runners on. Liam Wilson in the hole. There's a couple big bats coming up back-to-back for Guelph here. Dominguez, that one is sent to left field, deep to left field. Tracking back is Porcelado. Makes a great catch running back up against the wall. Porcelado, excellent grab out in left, 2 down. He almost got burned on that one, almost beat him over top.
Yeah, he did. It looked like he got a pretty good read on the ball originally, but it just kept going. And having to go all the way to the track and then making his way to the wall to make the catch. Definitely the stadium went quiet for a second to see if he would come up with that baseball, but it looked like he got a really good jump off the bat, and then the ball just took off.
Good piece of contact from Morrow. Porcelado possessing great speed and ability out in left field. Makes a great catch that would have been a double if that ball got over. They'd have runners at second and third right now with Takamatsu, who's batting .350. Big time run producer for the Guelph Royals out of that 3-hole, DHing today. Garrett Takamatsu with Liam Wilson playing first. Runner at first, 2 away. Dominguez at an 0-1 to Takamatsu. Here it comes. Chopper. Luther's going to back up, take it on a second hop. He'll toss to first in time, side retired. So Dominguez leaves one aboard and able to get Takamatsu to ground out to end the top half of inning number 3. We're still looking for our first run on Father's Day as we head to the bottom of the 3rd here in Welland.
When we at Miller Lite set out to brew a light beer, there came a moment of truth. When we had to choose great taste or 90 calories, we chose both. Tastes like Miller time.
Numbers out of the 9-hole this season. A .385 average, 7 runs batted in, a bomb as well to go along with that. Luther has had quite the start to the season. And what a get for the Welland Jackfish this year. Mr. Luther has been. So 9-1-2 due up for the Fish. We were talking about Luther earlier on in the week, Reese, and he had an excellent week at the dish and defensively did Luther. And we said, I mean, this is a guy who probably is slotted anywhere from 1 to 3 in almost any other lineup in the IBL.
Absolutely. Yeah, he could easily be your leadoff man, your number 2 guy to kind of set things up for those power bats. But the number 9 spot isn't just a spot to dump your worst player.
Luther, that one is down the line. Foul. That was a triple written all over it. About a 1.5 foot foul.
Yeah, no, you don't just hide your worst hitters anymore in that number 9 spot. You have to have somebody to be able to set the table for the top of the lineup nowadays. So, you know, and he's not necessarily getting on base every single time, but we're seeing productive outs from him as well. We're seeing sacrifice flies to move a runner from second to third or to score a runner from third. We're
Sacrifice
seeing him,
bunts.
yeah, exactly. Ground balls to the right side to move somebody to third with less than 2 outs, right? It's not all about him getting on base and him getting hits. He's doing the extra stuff that you need, moving runners, that type of thing, to again set the table for the top of the lineup.
And usually has very, very, very good at bats as well. Works the count deep. 2-1 to him right now. What a nice little grab in the offseason for the Welland Jackfish to have Luther. 2-1 on the way. That one does find the strike zone, and it's 2-2 now to Luther. Rodriguez rocks into the 2-2 on the way. Luther fights it off.
He's just a dog in that batter's box.
So hard to put away. Played for the Dogs the last couple of seasons at Okotoks out west. Two once again. Strike 3 called. Dropped by the catcher. Got to throw down a first to complete the strikeout. 1 down here to start the third for Guelph.
The shortstop, number 4, Jonah.
That's a second strikeout call we've seen, that the catcher's kind of misread the frame, but still find the strike zone and still get rung up.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's much that Luther could have done with that pitch anyways. It was very well located by Rodriguez.
It's ground ball out.
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, you're rolling that over to second or first base, or potentially the pitcher.
All right, back to the top of the lineup. Jonah Weisner gets his second look against Rodriguez. Now second time through the lineup, you start to get a little bit better looks here. As we'll see what Weisner is able to do. Was a flyout victim back in the first inning.
Trying to throw him off guard with the fake bunt attempt there.
2-0 now to Weisner.
So third baseman Burns start on the grass for that last pitch, but he's back to just behind the baseline.
See if there's any way that he's going to bunt with 1 out, nobody on here. He is indeed not going to bunt. That one's to left center field. Base hit Weisner. He's thinking 2. No, he's going to hold at 1. Massive turnover there at first base, but he's going to be content with a single. And now a runner on for Gio Morello.
These hard-hit baseballs are just dying in the outfield, and it looks like it's freshly cut here at Welland Stadium, but once they hit the grass, they're just slowing down and not really rolling a ton. So, yeah, ambitions for second base right out of the box. We're used to seeing that from Weisner, but smartly staying at first base because he can easily swipe that bag and get that extra 90.
You're exactly right. Another hard-hit ball that looked like it was destined to hit the gap between the outfielders. Did not, but we mentioned J.D. Williams, great speed out in center field. Going to be able to cut a lot of those baseballs off before they hit the gap. Gio Morello called strike 1 to start the at-bat.
Weisner, much like we saw Porcelato in the first inning, bouncing back and forth over there at first base, trying to take the attention of Rodriguez away from the plate, and Gio Morello also looking for that extra 90 feet.
Rodriguez hasn't really seemed concerned with the base runners thus far for Welland, as Morello waving a miss. Now 0-2 to Gio. Haven't seen him throw over yet.
No, just that long pause that he's taken. maybe a look or two, but yeah, you're right. Hasn't been really interested in throwing the ball over to first base yet.
See if Weisner goes on this pitch. Looks ready to run. 0-2 to Morello. Long pause on the bump this time for Rodriguez. Now he'll come home. Weisner stays put. Morello does go around, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. So Rodriguez comes right back after the base hit. Strikes out Morello, now 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Mateo Porcelado.
That was a nasty pitch, 0-2. Morello tried to hold up, but bat crossed the plane. Now Porcelado just have to pick him up here. Again, I am surprised that Weisner wasn't off on that 0-2 pitch.
These fans looking for something to cheer about here. Still scoreless ball game. Guelph 3 hits. Welland 2 hits. No errors aside and no runs aside. There goes Weisner on the first pitch. Great throw down. He is out at second base. Matthew Ward throws out Jonah Weisner trying to take second base. That ends the inning. Great throw, great tag by Connor Morrow. Inning over. So Rodriguez gets out of the 3rd. We remain scoreless through 3 full here in Welland. To the 4th we go on Father's Day.
You heard that right? It's the Undie Run presented by Minor Brothers. We got Mike, Emily, and Jasmine versus Joe, Jr., and Steve. Here's how this works. When I say go, you take off around the infield, down by home plate. First team to cross the line wins $25 to Minor Brothers. Fanatics, are you ready? We'll work on that. On your mark, get set, go. They're off. Here we go. This is the tightest race of Undie Run we've had all season. Let them go. Pulling away out. Uh-oh. A little speed wobble here. The corner is all that matters. Don't fall now. Oh, no! Yes! Congratulations, Joe Jr. and Steve. You're welcome home with $25 to Minor Brothers. Great race.
You just never know what's going to happen here at the pond. The fun never stops. Head to the bait shop now or visit Denise at the Catch Beer Bar on the 3rd base side and enjoy an ice-cold pond water lager or Slippery Fish Light by Newark Brewing. Once again, please drink responsibly. Welland Stadium stops serving alcohol at the end of the 7th inning. And once again, that 50-50 jackpot continues to rise. Get your 50-50 tickets now.
Well, we've been treated to a very good defensive and a very good pitching matchup thus far through 3 innings as we enter the top of the 4th. Thanks for joining us on YouTube at Welland Jackfish TV. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani with you on the call this afternoon. Liam Wilson will lead things out for the Royals here in the 4th. It'll be 4-5-6-2 up for Guelph. Leader behind him and Ethan Hammond. The 3 Royals batters here in the 4th inning against Jose Dominguez, who's gone 3 scoreless. First pitch is in tight to Wilson, who has to duck out of the way. A breaking ball just slipped out of his hand.
That's one way to get his feet moving and make him nervous in the box. And that kind of sets you up to paint that outside corner. You come way in. Now you can go out.
Wilson sends one in the air to center field. Looks like Gio Morello's got a beat on it. He drifts over and makes the catch, 1 down.
Yeah, those inside pitches, and it, for whatever reason, something about the first pitch of an at-bat, if it comes way in, up near the chest, neck, head area, you just feel uncomfortable in that box. It kind of reminds me of that All-Star Game highlight I see all the time from the major leagues with Randy Johnson, and I believe it was Larry Walker, where he had to switch sides, not had to, but wanted to switch sides. Yeah, where just those pitches make you so uncomfortable. Now, That pitch was nowhere near him, and it went behind his head. But, you know, in that real game situation, they make you feel so uncomfortable as a hitter. So, you know, if you're a guy that loves to crowd the plate, that might give the pitcher an extra inch or so where you start to move back. That outer corner is there for the taking.
Puts it in the back of your mind. How about the amount of shallow fly balls and pop-ups we've gotten? That one to Weisner. Oh, no, he didn't see it. Lost it in the sun. Leader's going to reach. Well, he's got those shades on top of his ball cap. Maybe you should put those on, Jonah.
Yeah, he tried to shield it with his glove. Usually you like to see them use that bare hand to try and shield the sun. Yeah, sunglasses would probably help. I'm sure he's hearing it right now.
Pops those on now, yeah.
From a couple of guys, but
the outfield sprinkled around. Taking off his leader on the pitch. Mullen not even going to throw. And leader's into scoring position.
Yeah, he had a great jump and just weren't expecting it. Nobody hit the bag, so Mullen had to hang on.
And 2-0 now to Hammond. One away, runner in scoring position. 2-0 to Hammond. Pumps in a strike.
It's a really good spot for a 2-0 pitch. As a hitter, you're looking, of course, that inner third, in that wheelhouse to drive a baseball. You can't do anything with that.
3-1 now to Hammond. Have not seen a walk yet this afternoon from Dominguez. Big sign on the bump, 3-1 offering. High and away, ball 4. There is the first walk of the afternoon for Dominguez. And now the Royals pressing here in the 4th.
Second baseman, Brando LaRue.
Might not be terrible. You get the double play back in order here. You get yourself a ground ball, just one pitch away from getting out of the inning.
LaRue, a 188 average this season, only 1 RBI, no home runs. Set up for the double play. Ground ball to Weisner. He's got it to second. Luther to first in time. 6-4-3. Bottom half of the inning. Scoreless in Welland.
Section 105.
Young's Electric.
Bottom half of the 4th inning here in Welland. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Josh Williams, a home run in the bottom of the 2nd inning, has tied things in London. 1 apiece. That one now into the 3rd. Former Welland Jackfish Josh Williams with his 2nd long ball of the season. And just in the top of the 1st in Toronto, Chatham Kent and Toronto scoreless. Kitchener and Brantford just underway as well, scoreless at Arnold Anderson Stadium as Mateo Porcelato will lead things off. 3-4-5 meeting the order for Welland here in the 4th.
With Porcelato being up when Weisner was thrown out at second base, gets that second opportunity, albeit he saw one pitch when Weisner tried to steal, so it's a chance to lead off here.
Coach getting the fans fired up here for Porcelato after the first pitch. Comes up empty 0-1. Bottom just fell right out on Mateo Porcelato.
And they threw something hard to start his at-bat. Well, not really an at-bat, but in the third inning, you started off with the hard stuff, and then he dropped one in there a little bit slower, so.
Porcelato takes downstairs. Rodriguez has had a nice bounce-back start for Guelph. Outside 2-1.
It's just his second appearance of the season. That one start was it. That's all we've seen the Guelph Royals right-hander this year.
Rodriguez comes with a 2-1. 3-1 now to Porcelato. He's already walked here this afternoon. And now in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. See if he gets a pitch to drive here.
Yeah, I'm curious if they go right after him to keep him off the base path, see if he can roll one over or pop one up.
3-1. Nope, they're going to walk him again. So Mateo Porcelato, leadoff walk. Never a good way to start an inning if you're a pitcher. And that'll bring in Robbie Mullen.
Catcher number 23.
Yeah, and those were fairly easy takes. Maybe other than ball
Second
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe other than that. But other than, you have strike one, but I wouldn't say the last three pitches were competitive at all. Those were easy takes for Porcelato right out of the hand.
Further and further outside the zone. And now here's Robert Mullen. Porcelato bouncing around at first base. We'll see him take off on the first pitch here. There's the first pickoff attempt we've seen. Porcelato back in with a dive. 7 steals in 7 games for Porch. He's got one here this afternoon. A walk to him is basically gifting him a double.
Yep.
But we have seen Ward throw out Weisner to end the bottom half of the third, so that's probably in the back of his mind as well. Mullen chops one foul down the third base line.
And Rodriguez has to disrupt the timing of Porcelato over there at first base. It only took him one pitch last time he was on first to get a good read and be off to second base. Again, whether it's a longer pause, a shorter pause, a couple extra looks, a little bit of a jump/running start for Porcelato over at first.
Gets into that lean. As soon as you see that little bounce lean to second, he's off. Mullen pops one up in foul territory. Wilson, the first baseman, over to make the catch, and he is retired. So Mullen is 0 for 7 in his last 7 at-bats now.
Your third baseman, number 13,
Yeah, line
Jake Sanford.
definitely didn't think we'd have to use this year. Yeah, the way he's starting the season. Well, yeah, every hitter will go through it. It's just a matter of working your way out, not trying to do too much.
So here's Jake Sanford, who has been red hot as of late. Outstanding week at the plate for Sanford. Seems ever since they put him in that 5-hole, he has been oh so very good. 1 on, 1 out. We're going to throw back to first base again and check on Porcelato. He slides back in safely.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to catch him on the hop towards second base, where every time he's delivered a pitch in the last
pickoff
sequence.
attempts.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful on both.
Yeah, those pitches are coming when Porch is hopping back to first. So, unable to steal a bag when you're doing that.
1-0 to Sanford. Rodriguez. Look back to first, and that one's going to get away. Not enough, though, for Mateo Porcelato to advance. That's going to be the second pickoff attempt of this at-bat, though, so now an advantage for Porcelato. He can't throw back over there unless he's going to be certain he's going to nab him, or else Porch is going to get gifted second base. Saw that yesterday in the Barrie game. Maybe a little bit of a running start for Mateo Porcelato here.
Absolutely.
There he goes. Pitch out, though. Throw down is not in time as Mateo Porcelato's in with number 8. You knew as soon as he couldn't pick him off anymore, he was off.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get the running start, but you saw him start about a foot or two further away from first base, and they went with the pitch out. Just a great throw, just the wrong side of the bag. Just snuck that foot in there.
I was going to say, if that throw's on the other side of the bag, he's out.
Yep, absolutely.
Matthew Ward has shown off that arm behind the plate here this afternoon. Sanford in a 2-0 count. Inside, called strike 1 though. Sanford thought he should be up 3-0.
Yeah, it looked like it was in. And again, that's not a pitch Sanford's looking for, 2-0, so
No, absolutely
taking
not.
that all day.
2-1 to Jake Sanford. Porch in scoring position at second. Sanford that time able to take. It's a great pitch though inside if you get a chase on it. In on the hands, dipping down, bottom falling out of it. Summer Keza strikeout on an identical pitch to that. Now a 3-1. Second time Sanford's been in a 3-1 count here this afternoon.
And you know he's looking to drive a baseball here.
See if he can get a fastball. They're going to go back inside. Another strike call, but another one that's inside on Sanford, and it's a full count. I mean, if you're going to get that call, you're going to keep going back in there.
Absolutely. It's a good spot to get a hitter to swing over that ball as it's diving down to that back foot.
Be a tough day for hitters if you're going to get that call on the inside to lefties. We're going to go right back to it. See him set up on the inside. Here comes the payoff. And that one leaked outside. Got away with one as Sanford fights it off.
So, yeah, he missed a spot there for sure. A nice battle here for Sanford. Seeing a lot of pitches as the at-bat continues. Advantage hitters get more and more information as you go.
Now some action moving down in the Royals bullpen. Another payoff to Sanford. That one bounces in, and that'll be ball 4. So Sanford draws the second walk of the inning, and that'll bring in Brandon Hupe with 2 aboard and 1 down.
Your right fielder.
You know what? As that pitch was coming in the back of my mind, I saw Porcelato over at second. He would have got a phenomenal jump. I thought he could have had third base stolen, especially with that ball in the dirt. He would have easily been safe, but also, too, tough to be mad at first and second. Because he can easily score in a single, so really no need to press the issue. They're already in scoring position. You've got the speed he's got. I thought he would have gotten a really good jump. Rodriguez not paying a ton of attention to him.
Hupe takes a strike. So big spot here for the 6-hole hitter, Brandon Hupe. Looking to drive one. He's had such a good season of finding the gaps in the outfield. Just missed a home run in his last at-bat. 0-1 on the way to Hupe. Comes up empty, and it's 0-2. It's a great pitch if you're going to get a chase from it.
Yeah, and you're trying to dot the bottom part of the zone, just like we saw Dominguez in the top half of the inning get a double play. That's what Rodriguez is looking for right now. Try and shoot knees.
Grayson Barrett's on deck. 0-2 on the way. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. 3 pitches coming right back, and Hupe down on strikes. 2 down. Hitting with runners in scoring position has been a little bit of a handicap here for the Fish in the last couple of games.
24,
Talk about
Grayson
yesterday's game. You load the bases twice, and you don't get any runs from either of those scenarios against the Baycats yesterday. That just can't happen.
No, it can't. When you start to get around 8, 9, 10, 11 runners left on base, it can be a struggle.
Even when you score 7, 8, 9, 10 runs.
Yep.
Grayson Barrett's going to have to come through. That might just do it. Little flare. That ball is fair. It's going to drop in. Base hit. Porcelato's going to score. Sanford to third. Barrett, RBI double to start us off on Father's Day. Whatever works.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't have to be the hardest hit ball, but the outfielder's playing back left, right, and center. So you knew a ball that was in on the hands off the end of the bat had a really good chance to drop if it was put in the air like it was there. And that's just really clutch hitting from Grayson Barrett. Again, not trying to do too much, not trying to put 3 on the board, but starting with 1 and just getting something into fair territory. By a couple of feet.
A spot where you'd love to see a base hit come out of here, Reese. The 8-hole.
Absolutely.
Josh Marqueza is so due. 2 runners in scoring position, 2 down. First pitch, laces it foul. Base hit here will score 2.
And again, the outfielders, looks like left has come in. Looks like Hammond has moved in a couple of steps, but in center, Williams still playing very deep, albeit he's got the speed to come in and get it.
Ton of speed to cover. 0-1 to Marqueza. 0-2.
Crowd not pleased with that one.
It's been a big zone this afternoon, but take that a big zone for both teams.
Yep.
0-2 on the way to Marqueza. Another one, a shot foul. Oh boy, look out. That was a missile onto the berm. Just early.
Found the one bare spot in that area on the grass, thankfully. Yeah,
Keep your
just
head on
out
a
in
swivel.
front. Man, he hit that hard.
Another 0-2 to Marqueza. Bounces in, good take. Better block from Matthew Ward to save a run from behind the dish.
Yeah, there's got to be trust from the pitcher and the catcher, and then as a catcher, you also have to trust your own abilities. You know you're going to call something soft. You have to be prepared for it, which is why I'm not a big fan of going down to 1 knee. But again, those are major league catchers. They're there for a reason. But
1-2. Stays outside, 2-2.
You could hear the dugout on that take too. Just a good chant, you know.
That's a risky take in a 2-strike count, Reese, but pans out for Marqueza.
Yeah, he's gotten swings on that pitch already in this game.
He's gotten called strikes on that pitch already in this game as well. 2-2. Looking to drive a ball to a gap. Fights another one off in on the hands. And he'll see another pitch.
It's a really nice battle right now by Marqueza. A couple of pitches that he hasn't really been interested in. He has to foul one off there. I'm curious to see if they go back inside again with something soft.
Tally got him in his first at-bat. Another 2-2. Marqueza on the ground a second. LaRue, he's got it. On to first. Guelph is out of trouble in the 4th inning.
Fans are going to head back down to the field.
Marqueza is retired, not before Grayson Barrett loops a double, fights one off, and Mateo Porcelano scores the first run of the ball game. Jackfish on top here in the 4th. 1-0 as we head to the 5th.
Down there with some baby paraphernalia. Ryan, take it away.
All right, it's a new one for us. Whitney Father's Day with a daddy dash. Here's how this works. You got Rob and Tom. Here's the rules. When I say go, you take off around the pylons with your stroller, on down to grab this crucial package at the third base line here. Bring it on back. First team to cross the line wins $25 to Boston Pizza, courtesy of the Kersey Bayer Group. Fanatics, it's a new one. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. They're off with their strollers and their babies. Yes, sir, grab that package. Make sure it stays in the cart and bring it back. This could be a tough one. Oh, no, we got some spillage. Congratulations, sir. You're walking home with $25 to Boston Pizza. He does his way around a stroller in a 6-pack. Fans, make some noise for our winner today. We'll be back.
Want to host your birthday here at the pond? Visit fan services at the front gate or wellandjackfish.com/groups to learn more about our amazing birthday packages. Don't forget, Always keep your eye on the ball. You never know what's going to exit the playing surface. And if you snag a foul ball today, visit us at Fan Services. Look in at the front gate and redeem your foul ball for a brand new Jackfish logo baseball. Perfect for post-game autographs. Leading off the 5th inning for Guelph, catcher Matthew Ward.
Matthew Ward will lead off the top half of inning number 5 for the Guelph Royals, who now find themselves down by a run. Jackfish scoring the first one of this ball game in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Grayson Barrett at RBI double, as Ward takes a strike to open the at-bat. No runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Royals. 1 run on 3 hits and an error for the Jackfish. Downstairs 1-1. Ward, Burns, then back to the top of the order for J.D. Williams. Look out. That
Alec
one
was
was
ready.
almost right back up to us. I had both hands up.
I would have been ducking behind you on that.
The Spencer Tanguay special. Last season we had one come up here and he was under the desk quicker than I've ever seen Spencer Tanguay move. 1-2 on the way, stays outside. That'll even the count.
Say, should we pull out our oven mitts to try and use those as gloves?
Do you think it'll might lighten the impact just a little bit? Two from Dominguez. Just stays off the outside part, and it's a full count. Mullen wanted that one. Good take from Ward.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where it's perfectly dotted exactly where Mullen wanted it, but there is no umpire in the world that wants to ring up the catcher.
Another one in the air, this one to right field. Porchelato, or Hupe rather, has a beat on it. He's got it, 1 down.
Really good quality pitch and gets another pop-up like you said. Guelph Royals have been under the baseball all afternoon.
On top of that one, Luther, a dive. It just squeaks under the glove of the Jackfish second baseman. That'll go down as a base hit for Burns. And a 1-out single. We'll flip the lineup card back to the top for Guelph.
Center fielder J.D. Williams.
Here's J.D. Williams in for his 3rd at-bat of the afternoon. He singled back in the 3rd inning. Flew out to open the ball game, 1 for 2. Little flare right field. That's in no man's land. It's going to kick foul, as it kept slicing down that right field line. 0-1.
Thought we were going to see something similar to what we saw in the bottom half of the 4th inning there, that RBI single from Barrett. It's just a question, like you said, whether it was going to be fair or foul. Another pop-up, this time in on the hands.
Dominguez at an 0-1 count to Williams. Burns at first. Williams gets under this one, right field. Hupe's got another one, 2 down. Producing weak contact off the bats, Dominguez today.
Shortstop Connor.
Yeah, I'm not
Morrow.
sure what it is either. It looks like they're getting really good swings off of these pitches, but they're not finding a way to square them up.
So that'll bring in Connor Morrow with 2 away and a runner on. Biggest thing after you get a run from your squad is to throw up a 0 in the next inning, and Dominguez is an out away. Morrow in on his hands, chops it foul, 0-1.
Especially when they're about to take their 3rd trip through the lineup. We're going to start with Luther in the 9th spot, of course, but then you look at Weisner and Morello. It'll be their 3rd look at Sebastian Rodriguez.
Want to leave number 4 where he is. Takamatsu want him to lead off the 6th. Dominguez peek over at first. Now comes set with his 0-1. There goes Burns off. Mullen throw down is going to be into center field. Burns thought about third, but he's going to hold up at second and now in a scoring position.
There's the ball that seemed like it kept tailing over to that right side. Transfer looked good, footwork looked good from Mullen, but the throw just drifting away from Luther.
1-1 the count to Hammond. Or sorry, Morrow. Check that. Check swing. It's a strike anyways. 1-2. Connor Morrow looking to extend the inning. Base hit would be a close play at the plate with the good speed of Burns at second. Be going on contact with 2 away. Takamatsu hoping to get a shot here in this 5th inning. Dominguez, the pitch. Another one, skied high, shallow center field. Gio Morello looks to be the one calling everybody off. He's in to make the catch. Inning over. Jose Dominguez, 5 scoreless innings of 4-hit baseball as he continues to roll through this Guelph Royals lineup. 1-0 Fish as we head to the bottom of the 5th here on Father's Day.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Home is wherever you make it. Might not be what you expected. Raise your glass and take a moment. Look around you, this is home.
Viewing location during this season.
Bottom of inning number 5 here in Welland in the Rose City on Father's Day. 1-0 Jackfish lead.
Leading off the 5th inning for
Brendan Luther will lead things off for the Welland Jackfish. An interesting exchange going on in between innings, Reese, as you saw Ricky Piliteri mention something to the home plate umpire. There was a conference, looked to be something about Sebastian Rodriguez. I'm not sure if it was maybe the color of his glove, if it's too bright, or what it was about. Looks like the umpires say there's nothing wrong with the color of his mitt or anything to do with Rodriguez. It is all good. So we will continue here without issue. Little mind games in between.
Yeah,
innings.
If it's bright enough, they'll usually say, hey, switch it up. Or if you start to see like multicolors or something really, really distracting, oh, that's got to be a cross-up. That was a straight fastball that just hit the catcher.
It was Braden Farrington, if you remember last season, who tried to use a clear glove in a baseball game, and
Yep,
they
I did
said
hear
you
about that.
can't do that. So he wore it in the All-Star game because you can do anything you want in the All-Star
Yep.
game. Very cool. I mean, Braden Farrington, probably one of the more funnier and stylish guys who likes to kind of switch things up a little bit. He showed me the glove of the All-Star game. It was pretty neat. Very cool, but a guy with a ton of colorful gloves and mitts and different kind of accessories. And they didn't let him use that see-through glove, but he was able to use it in the All-Star game, as that's going to be a ground out, 1 away for Luther. And Jonah Weisner in for his third at-bat.
The shortstop, number 4, Jonah Weisner.
Yeah, Farrington's a great guy. Used to, I don't know if he still does or not, or if Home Run Sports is even still around.
Oh, he's still.
But he was a Home Run Sports guy in London.
He still is, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure I bought my shin guards from him one year, my catcher shin guards, all-star shin guards. But yeah, he was always a good guy to chat ball with, whether at Home Run Sports, whether you're at Labatt Memorial Park in London as well.
So Weisner with 1 away, nobody aboard. Showing bunt, pulls back, but strike 1 is called. Jonah did not think so.
And immediately the home plate umpire turning to his left.
Brian Ezeri, I think, had some words for the home plate ump. It's been a big zone today, like we've mentioned.
Yeah, but it's been more in and out. It has been big, but we've seen more like maybe a ball off the plate in or out. And
yeah.
That one was low.
Sometimes tough for hitters to gauge, and Weisner goes right back after a low pitch and sends it into right field, base hit. His second knock of the ball game make him 2 for 3.
11, Gio Morello.
And now Gio Morello's turn with 1 away.
I say that's when you just have to make the adjustment. You know, control what you can control. You can't control the umpire's call. So if there's a close pitch that's at near the bottom of the zone or below the bottom of the zone, you just go after it. And that's what Weisner did. So good adjustment there from the Jackfish shortstop.
Well, I mean, for Sebastian Rodriguez, too, he goes right back to that same spot he got the call. And
tough to blame him.
Credit to Weisner for making the adjustment.
Yep.
So now a runner on with 1 away, and Gio Morello. Gio today, 0 for 2. Takes ball 1.
Wonderful to see Weisner go here.
Bouncing around over there at first base. He was thrown out, if you remember, a couple of innings ago, trying to take second base. Ball 2 to Gio Morello.
Now Rodriguez is going to go for a stroll after ball 2.
I think he thought that was a call he's been getting this afternoon and thought he should have had it there, but it's 2-0 to Morello. Two and 0 to Gio. Weisner at first. Rodriguez comes set now, comes home. Big cut and a miss from Morello. 2-1. Out of town scoreboard. Scoring now in all these games headed underway. London Majors a 2-1 lead over the Hamilton Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th there. Chatham Kent with a 2-1 lead over the Toronto Maple Leafs. That game in the top of the 2nd. And bottom of the 1st in Brantford. Red Sox a 1-0 lead over Kitchener. Right here, 1-0 Jackfish lead. Looking for more here. Way outside, almost a pitch out. 3-1 now, Morello in the driver's seat. Bullpen continues to warm. Looks like they have a guy ready down the first base line.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot in the game. 3-1 count now for Morello. Not like there's been a ton of traffic in this game against Rodriguez, but the Jackfish have done a nice job within the last couple of innings to start to work that pitch count and get it higher.
Jordan Taylor is the arm ready down in the bullpen for Guelph. 3-1 on the way. Hanging breaking ball. Morello comes up empty. Rodriguez got away with one there.
I say that's something slow in a count where you should be throwing something hard, but it's when you go against the book that start to throw guys off in the batter's box. The 3-2 count here. Maybe you see Weisner go. Try and stay out of that double play. Again, Morello, good contact guy.
Dino Ramel on that top step of the Royal dugout.
Which is going to decide what Dino does.
Yeah, he looks like he's ready to pop out of that dugout. Pop to the mound. Morello fights one off, and he'll see another 3-2. I mean, it's been a really good bounce back for Sebastian Rodriguez. We mentioned it. Tough start last time out for him. Has answered the bell here this afternoon against the league's best.
8 hits. Just 3 strikeouts. He's putting on a show this afternoon.
Both pitchers have been excellent here on Father's Day. Another payoff on the way. Morello once again fights it off.
Maybe now, no matter what happens, the way Gio's working this pitch count and this at-bat, we might see a new Chuck for the Royals after.
Bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Welland. Looking to add to it here in this inning. Gio Morello locked in a good battle with Sebastian Rodriguez. Weisner bouncing around at first. Here comes the pitch again. Up the middle, could be 2. Second for 1. Back to first, call it 2. It's a double play. And the inning is over. So Rodriguez gets the double play pitch. Guelph gets out of it. And we head to the 6th inning, 1-0 here in the Rose City. Welland on Father's Day on top.
Fans, take a look at the big board as well. Let's hear it for the IBL's fastest grounds crew, and also happy birthday to some special guests from your friends, family, and the Welland Jackfish. Happy birthday, Kyle. Happy birthday, Keith. Happy birthday, Travis. Happy birthday, 13th as well to River Lord. Happy 13th to Rip Nation. Happy birthday to everyone. And are you ready to party? Your group, ball, team, or birthday party can join us here at the pond. Visit fan services at the front gate or wellandjackfish.com/groups for more information about our all-inclusive group tickets, Newark Barge, and VIP Miller Lite Suite. Perfect for any occasion. Group tickets are now on sale for all remaining 2025 Welland Jackfish home games. Fans, we got a nice breeze, but it is a warm day out there. Please remember to rehydrate, drink some water, stay refreshed here at the pond all day long and every game. Again, stay cool, stay hydrated. Leading off the 6th inning for the Royals, designated hitter
3-4-5, 2 up for the
Takamatsu.
Royals in the top of the 6th this afternoon. Takamatsu, Wilson, and Leader, the batters, against Jose Dominguez, who's back out for his 6th inning of work. Held the Royals just to 4 hits this afternoon thus far. Breaking ball is fought off in on the hands by Takamatsu, 0-1.
That's where you want to put the baseball against number 4. Don't let him get extended and drive the ball to a gap. If you can get in on the hands every single time, more than likely going to get him out.
Sun's out today. 26 degrees right now in the Rose City as Takamatsu up the middle. Weisner with a slide, readjusts on a first in time. Excellent play, 1 down.
These middle infielders, oh my goodness. What a play by Weisner. Again, didn't have all the time in the world to get set and fire it across. So just again, quickly get up and fire a bullet over to first base. These uniforms for all infielders, but the majority of the time the middle infielders, especially for these Jackfish, Don't stay clean for very long. Look nice and sharp when it's bright white pants, the bright green uniforms, but
especially on a dry day like today.
Yep.
Dominguez starts off Wilson with strike one. Now right back to the plate. Off speed, violent hack from Wilson. Comes up empty, 0-2. He was trying to send that thing to the fairgrounds.
Yeah. Tomahawk swing at the top of the zone.
Wilson singled back in the first, 1 for 2. Flew out to center back in the third. Pitch down low and outside. Wilson will reset. Leader on deck. 1-2 from Dominguez. Wave and a miss, strike three. Second punch out of the afternoon for Jose Dominguez as he sits down Liam Wilson.
Right fielder Andy Leader.
You go hard outside, it stays in the dirt, Reese, and you come back with a loopy breaking ball inside. Not much Wilson could do with it.
No, that was nasty. Yeah, he was totally expecting something hard again, and well, I'm just going to drop this slow thing in here and enjoy strikeout number 2.
Check swing, doesn't matter. It's there for strike one.
And catch Leader on something slow as well.
Really playing with the timing. Dominguez. 2 away, bases empty here in the 6th. Leader under it. Whacks it foul, and it's 0-2. Not the start we're accustomed to for Andy Leader. Batting well under 250 to start the season. Still looking for his first long ball of the year. 0-2 count. Here it comes to Leader. Backs him off the plate as he takes ball one inside.
Leader, former Panthers, part of, could say in the last decade, one of the best outfielders in the Intercounty Baseball League with how good they were.
He put up some torrid numbers in Kitchener through multiple seasons with the Panthers. Him and Liam Wilson both, actually, if you want to kind of group the two of them together.
Yep.
Wilson, great power bat for a long time with Kitchener. 2-2 to Leader. Here it comes. Downstairs, and it's a full count.
Actually looked like a pretty good pitch. I think just the way Mullen received that and brought it in tells the umpire that, hey, that probably wasn't a strike the way he caught it.
Payoff pitch on the way to Leader. Here it comes. Leader smacks it foul and stays alive.
Tried to do the same thing you did to Wilson, slow things down with a couple of strikes and get him to swing over top.
We will do it again. 3-2 from Dominguez. Little looper. Luther makes the catch. Side retired. 1, 2, 3. Go the Guelph Royals in the 6th inning. Dominguez. Another clean one for the Jackfish. As Welland hanging on to a 1-0 lead, we head to the bottom of the 6th here in Welland. 1-0 Fish on a beautiful Father's Day afternoon.
Get up and dance, and let's see you with Cluck Norris.
When the unexpected happens, who can you call to guide you from crisis to calm?
Gotta see up and dancing.
Service master
Full row could win some chicken wings today.
We'll be there for you every step of the way. Service Master Restore. We restore your home and your peace of mind.
Niagara College programs immerse students with a highly experiential
Bring it up, let's dance.
enhanced by
Internet
digital
dies, we need
technology.
you to carry
We
on
place
the chicken
students at
dance.
the
Let's
center of all that we do. We are Niagara College.
Got it, Fanatics, let's see it. Get up and dance. We'll let the crew downstairs check it. Cluck Norris might have to choose that row. Wings up, wings are coming to someone this afternoon. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Guelph Royals, number 51, Jordan Taylor.
New pitcher into the ball game as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning here on Father's Day. Jordan Taylor, first man out of the pen for the Guelph Royals. A fantastic start. Let's talk about Sebastian Rodriguez's bounce-back start here against the best offensive team in the IBL, Reese.
Yeah, he was really good. Did a nice job mixing speeds. Really, other than Portulato, but everybody struggles with that. Keeping runners honest on base, and just all in all, had a nice tempo. He worked quickly. He kept his infielders engaged. You know, he got his K when he needed it, but also, too, a lot of balls in play for the Jackfish, and yeah, just did a really good job controlling the mound and controlling the pace of play.
The lone run charge to Rodriguez this afternoon. Just a flare off the third base side by Grayson Barrett, scoring that walk. The leadoff walk, which we said at the time, is never a great start to an inning. It usually comes back to bite you in the butt. It did, as Grayson Barrett drove in Mateo Portulato. That is the lone run of the ball game thus far, a pitcher's duel here this afternoon for Father's Day. And a strike pumped in by Taylor. 0-1 to Mateo Portulato.
And for Taylor, this will be game number 5 for him. 12 1/3 innings pitched so far. ERA just over 5, but he's got 10 strikeouts compared to 6 walks.
He can run it up there for sure. Porch check swing. Strike 2 called, and it's 0-2 to Mateo here.
This is just his second appearance out of the pen, though. He's got 3 starts in those previous 4 appearances.
Oh, 2 on the way. Strike 3 called. Portulato called down on strikes. He thought that was outside. So do the fans here in Welland. 1 away.
Catcher number 23, Robert Mullen.
Again, though, you got to take what you're given, and it's been a big zone all day, so if it's close, you got to swing the baseball bat.
Yeah, we saw that called against Weisner in the 5th inning, and he went and adjusted. He drove a ball to right field on another low pitch, albeit that was strike 3, so Portulato will have to wait a bit to get back up. But, yeah, just that information from your teammates could have made a difference on that one.
Breaking ball to start, Robert Mullen in there for a strike, and Jordan Taylor's coming, throwing strikes right out of the gate. Downstairs to Mullen, 1-1. Taylor rocks into the 1-1 off the end of the bat. And now ahead on Robert Mullen here.
I think he may have caught Ward with the backswing there. Gave him a little tap afterwards.
Mullen 0 for 2 tonight, or this afternoon. Takes high, 2-2. See if Mullen can get a good swing off here.
I'd like to see a nice solid line drive.
2-2 on the way. Breaking ball is inside, and it's a full count.
He's worked himself a nice at-bat here.
Nothing gets under it. Left field, very high into foul territory as Ethan Hammond to make the catch, 2 down.
Third baseman.
That was the home run stroke from Mullen that we've come to love to see early on in the season. 8 bombs, looking for number 9 there, but yeah, just got under it. Another fly ball that the Guelph Royals put away. Hammond puts into his back pocket.
So here's Jake Sanford, 2 down, nobody aboard here in the 6th. Jordan Taylor trying to throw up a clean 0 here for the Royals. Sanford goes after the first pitch, bounces it, foul.
Just before the bag at first there. It was
yeah,
close.
It was close.
Yeah, and even on that foul ball, you see Sanford 100% down the line. to first base, not making any out easy for the Guelph Royals. Saw that back in the first inning as well. Or second inning, I should say.
0-1 to Jake. Flares one off down the third base line. Foul, and it's 0-2 now. Low-scoring games all over the IBL here this afternoon. Rivalry weekend. Everybody's throwing their best out there, arms-wise. London still holding a 2-1 lead over the Hamilton Cardinals. That game in the top of the 6th. Top of the 3rd in Toronto, a 3-2 Maple Leaf lead now over the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. And Brantford in the top of the 3rd holding a 1-0 lead over the Kitchener Panthers. Lone team not in action today, the Barrie Bay Cats. 0-2 on the way. Breaking ball doesn't cut back in, and it's ball 1 to Jake Sanford.
Those low-scoring games mean guys potentially get out of here earlier, have a nice Father's Day dinner.
Absolutely.
Specifically here, use their new oven mitts.
Fire up those smokers and barbecues as that one is in tight, 2-2. Jordan Taylor retired the first 2 batters he's seen. Trying to go 3 up, 3 down. Here's the offering to Sanford. Another one inside, and it's a full count.
And after a quick strikeout to Port Gelato, Mullen and Sanford have done a nice job working counts despite being down fairly early in those at-bats, whether it be 1-2, 0-2. They both worked it full.
Hupe hoping to get a shot here in the 6th. Taylor trying to leave him on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Sanford fouls it off.
He just got a piece of that.
Probably ball 4, but protecting the plate with 2 strikes.
Yeah, potentially taking that low strike into account.
Taylor. Long pause on the hill. Now comes set for another 3-2. Bounces to the backstop, ball 4. So Sanford's walked for a second straight at bat. And that will give Brandon Hupe a shot here in the 6th inning.
Your right fielder, number 21.
And Jackfish have life with a couple down. And it's either those leadoff walks or those 2-out walks that really do hurt you the most. Yeah, it was Hupe driving one to the wall in the 2nd inning, albeit it resulted in an out. However, give it 2-3 more feet. Would have made it 1-0 at the time. See if he can find more of a gap here, try to get Sanford around.
Offering to Hupe, called strike 1.
Ward did a nice job on that one. Thought it looked a little bit outside off the black, but pulled it back into the strike zone, got the call.
They're going to go right back to it. Breaking ball, though, misses a spot inside, 1-1. Really had that feeling for the breaking ball here in this inning. He's been kind of relying on that fastball.
Yep.
Seen a couple of wide ones now with that breaking ball. 1-1 on the way. Hupe under it, center field, another loud crack of the bat. Drifting back is J.D. Williams, seems to be camped under it. He's got it. Inning over, so Jordan Taylor throws up a 0 in the 6th. And we're into the back half of this one on Father's Day Sunday from the pond. 1-0 Jackfish here in Welland.
Niagara stack and dash. We head down to the field once again. The director of fun has our contestants. Ryan, who is with us today?
All right, we got Jim and Ben versus Aiden and Jay. Here's how this works. When I say go, you take off. Grab a donut, stack it on your partner. Once all 4 are stacked, take off back to me. First team to cross the line was $25 to Beatties, courtesy of CAA Niagara. Okay. All right, Fanatics, this is my very, very favorite. Make some noise for our contestants. Okay, seriously, guys, I know it's hot, but make some noise for our contestants. On your mark, get set, go. They're off. Oh, and they're green hats. They all match. That's nice. All right, first donut in. Here we go. We're off to a good pace so far. 2 donuts in. They're slowed down a little bit. That's okay. Oh, comes down to the dash anyway. Uh-oh. 3 donuts down. These green shirts slowing down. Down to the last donut. Come on, Fanatics, make some noise. They need some encouragement. And they're off. Oh, this is the slowest dash I've ever been part of. Eventually they'll get here. It's getting close, getting tight. Congratulations, sir. Look at how much better there is at Beatties. Great job, Fanatics. We'll be back.
Fans, don't forget, we're approaching, getting close to last call for 50-50 tickets. And don't forget, Welland Stadium stops serving alcohol at the end of the 7th inning. Visit the bait shop or Miller Lite dugout now and enjoy an ice cold tall boy. Please respect the rules and help us maintain a positive atmosphere for each and every one of our Welland Jackfish fans. Leading off the 7th inning for Guelph, left fielder Ethan Hammond.
Top of the 7th, 1-0 Jackfish. Thanks for joining us on Father's Day Sunday from the pond. Alec Murray, Reese Dumani with you on a beautiful 26 degrees, partly cloudy, sunny day here in Welland. Lots of dads out, the families. Good to see here for a great giveaway, barbecue mitt giveaway. I'm sure those will be put to good use later on tonight. As Jose Dominguez back onto the bump for inning number 7. And he's had very good success against this Guelph lineup. Now ahead 1-2.
Hey, heads up to the dugout there. Greg McPherson in the way there.
85 pitches for Dominguez.
There are guys standing, but nobody started throwing yet in that bullpen. S walking back.
That slow Brian Essery walk that we're so accustomed to seeing. Ground ball to second. Luther vacuums that up onto first in time. 1 down.
You have to get phones installed.
Second baseman Brando.
The call down. If you're going based off a pitch count, this might be it for Dominguez. Trying to see who's got a glove down there.
Yeah, I mean, you get 7 really strong innings from your starter. Fouled off out of play, 0-1.
I actually think it's Bradwell.
We're going to say James Bradwell hasn't pitched since Wednesday. Wednesday Bradwell started. He was great, but only went 5 innings, so you think out of all the starters, he'd have the most juice left. Ground ball to short. Weisner's got it to first in time, 2 down. So quickly, 2 away here in the 7th inning.
Last call, I mentioned that the 50-50. The take-home is already over $3,200. Get those 50-50 tickets now.
Not bad, $3,200 in the 50-50 draw.
Now batting for Guelph, catcher Matthew Ward.
A nice Father's Day present.
Some new vacation money.
Yep.
Matthew Ward, 2 down, nobody on. The catcher steps in. He's flown out both times he's been at the dish. Once to Weisner, once to Wright and Brandon Hupe. As Dominguez delivers ball 1. Answers back with a strike, 1-1 the count.
And he's just been in cruise control pretty well the entire day.
1-1 from Dominguez. Is high and inside. 2-1. Seems Dominguez, if you want to look back to the first couple of innings, was maybe in a little bit of trouble inning number 1 and a couple on, but he has just gotten better with time as this game.
Other than that, 3 up, 3 down in the 2nd. Only saw 4 in the 3rd. Only saw 4 in the 4th. 4 in the 5th. 3 up, 3 down in the 6th.
Here comes the 2-2 from Dominguez. That one is on the ground. Fair ball down the third base line. That's going to be extra bases for Matthew Ward. He makes the turn into second. It's a 2-out double for Ward, and the tying run is in scoring position.
Third baseman Carson Burns.
Just sneaking down that third base line out of the outstretched glove of Jake Sanford. And now Robert Mullen's going to go have a chat with his starter here, Dominguez. And Brian Esri now. They're going to stare down to that bullpen. Has not made the call just yet. And we'll see if he just wants to have a chat or if he's going to make a pitching change here in the 7th.
Bradwell now throwing.
I think he's just buying some time for James Bradwell to get hot.
Although I wonder if this would be his last hitter, number 9 guy, before they hit the top of the order.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more guy here. Let's get him. Get out of this inning. If not, if it comes back to J.D. Williams, I think Bradwell's going to come into this baseball game.
I'm forcing the umpire to come to the mound.
Standing right in the middle of that meeting, the home plate umpire. Now it'll be dispersed. So Dominguez will get the 9-hole hitter. As Carson Burns is 1 for 2 today. Popped out to short, singled back in the 5th inning. Stranded at second. Base hit would tie this game. Dominguez trying to throw up his 7th straight 0 in this one. And he starts him off with a breaking ball, strike 1.
A really nice way to start that at-bat. Slow things down for the hitter who's geared up for a fastball after that meeting.
He has pitched to contact here today. There's contact once again. Marqueza flip to Dominguez in time. Inning over. Jose Dominguez, 7 scoreless on Father's Day. That will do it for Dominguez in this one. An excellent start for Jose Dominguez, who now looks like he twisted his ankle on his way to first base. The trainer out to check on Dominguez. Time to stretch it here in the Rose City. 1-0 Fish as we step aside.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the Jackfish. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the whole Jackfish game. Woo!
You gotta love him, Coach, in the house on Father's Day. Apparently, we got something else ready to go. Get on your feet, continue to make some noise, because Southside and the crew got something special for you.
A rattling bog. It was a rare bog and a rattling bog. And the bog down in the valley, oh, oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley.
Here he comes. Southside is a living legend. Oh my.
On this club there was a tree, a rare tree, a random tree, the tree in the bog and the bog down in the valley. On this tree there was a limb, a rare limb, a random limb, the limb on the tree in the bog and the bog down in the valley. On this limb there was a branch.
Straight from the south side of the Chi-Town, the Windy City. Give it up for Southside CJ at St. Paddy's Day. Every day for Southside. Leading off the 7th inning for your Jackfish.
Always entertaining, even on Father's Day. That's going to be a proud father, whoever Mr. Southside.
Attaboy.
I'm sure he's watching from
Absolutely.
home. Tells me his grandparents and his parents usually tune into the ball games if they are available, as Grayson Barrett goes after the first pitch, sends that into left field, drifting over Ethan Hammond. The leadoff man is retired here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Well, you know, Johnny always
He's got some crazy moves down there.
He wore black.
Definitely something I wouldn't do, that's for sure.
And the downtrodden.
Pinch hitting for the Jackfish, number 37, Caleb Furesteak.
So Caleb Furesteak's going to pinch hit for Josh Marqueza here in the 7th. You got to watch for a bunt here. One of the fastest guys in the league, Caleb Furesteak.
We'll see if the Royals adjust to that at all.
I would be immediately thinking bunt in a situation like this. We've seen Brian Esri play a little small ball with less than 2 outs and trying to get a runner on base. I bet you he throws a bunt down here.
Wilson way back at first. Burns about even with the bag or so once he steps in.
Infield stays regular depth right now. There it is. Showing bunt. Backs off for ball 1.
Burns, I would imagine, would stay put. He'll start on the dirt, but he'll finish on the grass.
Showing bunt again. He bunts through it. Strike 1. And it's 1-1.
Curious if you try a drag bunt here with Wilson still way back at first.
Edgar Garcia starting to stir down in the Royal bullpen. And 1-2 now. He's not going to be able to get this bunt down. He's going to have to swing here unless they risk it with a 2-strike count. Infield will go back to regular depth. They are going to do it with 2 outs. Furesteak gets it down. Look at him fly. There's going to be no play at first base. Caleb Furesteak bunting on a 1-2 count. Gets it down, and the runner is aboard at first for Welland.
That was the plan all along, right?
Number 20,
Get to 2 strikes, push the infield back. That's what he's going to tell people anyways. But yeah, he really got down the line there. A bunt that wasn't in the best spot, but at the same time, you make the pitcher field his position. Throw would have been late, but it was just a bit off target, so it pulled Wilson off the bag. But that's small ball to a T. And now you get Luther up, the hottest 9-hitter in the history of baseball.
Luther, third baseman in, takes ball 1. That's a massive run standing at first base.
And you know he's not going to be there for very long probably. He's going to find a way to get to second.
James Bradwell is going to come into the game for the Jackfish for the top of the 8th. He continues to warm. Looks like he's ready to roll. Well, he had to be ready to go in case Dominguez was unable to get Hammond in the 7th. 2-0 to Luther. Fans starting to get into it after Jordan Taylor, who had a very, very good 6th. Looking to replicate that here in the 7th. Runner on is Furesteak. He takes off. Great jump from Furesteak, and he's there. Safe at second. Caleb Furesteak. And once again, a great throw from Matthew Ward, who made it closer than it should have been.
Yeah, that throw was spot on, but you're not catching Furesteak the way he moves.
What a jump. So he's in a scoring position now, Reese. And a base hit would score a run here, and a big run, insurance-wise, for Welland. Luther. 2-1 the count. Taylor set, now delivers. Luther, that one's going to be a ground ball to second. Gather it up, LaRue onto first in time. Furesteak to third, but now 2 down.
Your shortstop, number 4.
You know what? It still does a job, albeit there's 2 outs, but you know, now you force the catcher into blocking everything. You know, anything in the dirt. See if Furesteak can get a good secondary lead, try and read a baseball that might get away from Ward. It was still a productive out.
So Jonah Weisner, who's 2 for 3 today, gets a shot here to drive in a big insurance run here in the 7th. Taylor trying to leave Furistake at third as Weisner fouls one off 0-1.
Looks like Taylor's gone back to the windup as well.
That runner at third really not an issue here. You got to take care of the batter. No, nothing wild, nothing that Weisner can drive. 2 down. Ball 1 called. That was a really good pitch from Taylor.
And you could see him with his hand if it was up where that pitch missed. Didn't quite see what the home plate umpire had said, but it was close.
Trying to go back outside to Weisner. That's called a strike. So 1-2 now to Jonah Weisner. That last one must have been high because that one was further out.
Yeah.
It's been a strike all afternoon. They're going to set back up inside, try to cross up Weisner here. 1-2 on the way. Missed his spot badly, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, on a couple of those pitches, it seemed like Taylor's arm has lagged a bit. His body's ahead of his arm, which just leaks that ball out on the outer part of the plate against Weisner.
Fierce take the lead at third. Here comes the 2-2. Weisner bounces one to first base. Gathered up, Liam Wilson. He'll take it himself, and they get out of trouble. Jordan Taylor, 2 scoreless for the Royals. We're heading to the 8th inning with a 1-0 Welland Jackfish lead here on Father's Day. Don't go anywhere. Buckle up. It's going to be a good one down the stretch. 8th inning coming up next.
Next Saturday night. Great job, Fanatics. Keep it going. Here we go.
All my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country road.
Great job. Thank you, Fanatics. Leading off the 8th inning for the Royals, center fielder J.D. Williams.
J.D. Williams will lead things off for the Guelph Royals here in the 8th. New pitcher into the ballgame, and it's James Bradwell. Last pitched on Wednesday. Was outstanding versus the Hamilton Cardinals. Went 5 innings. Didn't give up any runs. 6 strikeouts, and now out of the bullpen. Bradwell, Welland not messing around today out of the bullpen.
No, because they've already got Davey Mendez warming up as well, just in case maybe Bradwell gets into some trouble. But yeah, no, you're going right to number 30 and then 41 in the 9th if you've still got the lead.
Bradwell's pitch is downstairs, 1-1 the count. So Bradwell's going to get 1, 2, 3 in the order. Williams, Morrow, and Takamatsu due up for Guelph. Right part of the order for the Royals here in the 8th. 1-1 from Bradwell. Williams reaches out, pokes it to third, Throw from Jake Sanford is in time, and what a play by Mateo Porcelato. He comes in from left to first base and makes an outstanding play
Shortstop
to retire the leadoff man.
That was bang bang at first base. Talk about it all day, how well he moves in the outfield, but Williams gets down that line very, very quickly. Throw just beats him, but yeah, that's tough. First play, Porcelato. Yeah, dig one out of the dirt, but makes it look very, very easy.
What a play by Porch over at first base to save an error from Sanford as well. One down. That one's going to be chopped to Luther. Takes it on a high hop. Got to throw over quickly. Does in time. 2 down. So a couple of tough defensive plays, and the Jackfish execute both. And James Bradwell quickly has 2 outs. Now, here's the question for you. If Bradwell goes 3 up, 3 down with 10 pitches, Davey Mendez pitched yesterday 2 innings. Do you go with Bradwell in the 9th, or do you go with your closer in the 9th?
Yeah, that's so hard. 10 pitches or less, it's easy to say, yeah, just go back out there, you'll be fine. But also you have the element of the first time this season we see Davey Mendez at home.
That too. Well, that's why we're up here and Brian Esery is down there.
Yep.
See if he plays his cards right. Bradwell 2 down quickly here in the 8th. Now he's got to deal with Takamatsu, probably the most dangerous man on this Guelph Royals lineup. A breaking ball in there at the knees for strike 1.
Yeah, because then let's say Takamatsu gets out here. You've got Wilson, Leader, and Hammond.
Not an easy 3.
No.
You can say what you want about the starts for those guys this season, but on any given day, the power is there, and it just takes one swing to tie this baseball game up.
Yep.
For the Jackfish coming up in the bottom half of this 8th inning, they're going to get 2, 3, 4. So the meat of the order for Welland. Meanwhile, it's a 1-2 count here to Takamatsu. Bradwell trying to retire the side here in the 8th. Here comes the 1-2 offering from Bradwell. That one is put in the air by Takamatsu, deep to right field, drifting back. Still going back at the wall, back up against the wall. In right field is Brandon Hupe to make the catch. And a big sigh of relief from 3,248 fanatics here this afternoon. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Welland clinging to a 1-0 lead here on Father's Day.
Back down to the field we go. It's time for the Fisherman's Race presented by Turf Nets. Make that Elevate Auto. Presented by Elevate Auto. We head down to the field, Director of Fun, with our contestants.
All right, fanatics, we got Fisherman's Race presented by Elevate Auto. We got Joe and Pat versus Henry and Nathan. Here's how this goes. As you go, you take off, down, grab a fish, bring it back, drop it in the bucket. Once all 3 are picked up, no one explained to these guys what they're doing. This is good. All right, I'll explain it one more time. You go down, grab a fish, bring it back, drop the bucket. Do that 3 times. On the 3rd one, first team to cross the line wins a free oil change courtesy of Elevate Auto. Fanatics, are you ready? On your mark, get set, go. They're off. These aren't real fast boats. Uh-oh, watch out, Hunter. All right. All right, 1 fish in. Here we go. Runner number 2. That's 2 fish down. Last one. It all comes down to this. Make some noise for our contestants. Let's go. Oh, here we go. It's going to be tight. And down goes. Congratulations. You're rocking home. This is an oil change picture of Elevate Auto. Fans, one more time for our contestants. We love you all. Thank you.
Today's Crime Stoppers of Niagara draw winners. Kids draw winner, Isabella Gatta. Adult draw winner, Randall Bush. Isabella Gatta, Randall Bush, you are our Crime Stoppers of Niagara winners. Please report to the Crime Stoppers of Niagara table immediately, and we'll get that 50-50 winning number as soon as we can as well this afternoon. Leading off the 8th inning for the Fish, the center fielder, number 11, Gio Morello.
Bottom of the 8th, this game flying right along here at Welland Stadium. Just over a couple of hours old, this ball game, Reese, has just been trekking along here this afternoon. First pitch is called, the ball. Gio Morello, 2-3-4, due up for the Jackfish. Morello, Porcelato, and Robert Mullen, new pitcher to the ball game for Guelph. Reese.
Yeah, Gaku Ueda is in for the Guelph Royals, another right-hander out of that pen.
That one is going to get up and out of play, foul.
This will be appearance number 8 for him. The Japanese-born right-hander. 11 2/3 innings this season, 6.94 ERA. He struck out 11, walked 3, and given up 14 hits.
And he's got to deal with the heavy hitting part of the Jackfish order here, trying to keep it a 1-run game. Ueda's delivery, Morello fouls it off. 1-2 now to Gio. We've seen a combined 4 pitchers in this ball game. That's how good the pitching has been this afternoon. 2 for each side.
Davies ready.
I really got to wonder if you bring him in or if you leave Bradwell. I guess we'll see. That one rolled on the ground to shortstop. Going to be a close bang play at first, just in time by half a step. Connor Morrow makes that throw across the diamond.
The first baseman, number 10, Mateo Porcelato.
So 1 down, and that'll bring in Porch.
For him last time, he was run up on a pitch that he didn't necessarily think was a strike. So at that point in the game, the next at-bat, let's see the adjustment from number 10. Again, a second run would be so huge for the Jackfish right now.
Porch has had a decent day at the dish. He's walked a couple of times. He's scored the only run of that ball game. And he takes strike 1. He's 0 for 1, though, in the books as he struck out back. Or check that. Has had a couple of good at-bats here this afternoon. High and away, ball 1. Due up in the 9th inning for Guelph. Wilson, Leader, and Hammond. On paper, 4-5-6. Porcelato reaches out, gets one off the end of the bat. Sky high center field. J.D. Williams under it, 2 down. Jackfish trying to make it a 4-win week.
Your catcher, number 23, Robert Mullen.
And they go to 12-12 on the season with a victory. Talk about the Royals and the week they had, including losses to Welland. They lost against Brantford yesterday at Hastings. So, again, a team that has to get on a roll in a hurry. I think Guelph's in that category.
4-8 on the season. Ueda's delivery to Mullen, bouncer foul. Mullen does not have a hit today. He is 0 for 3.
Just got under the ball in his last at bat. Put a good swing on it, but it just ended up being a routine fly ball to left.
0-1 to Mullen. Same spot, except that time foul eats up the third baseman. Carson Burns into left field, base hit. So Mullen is aboard, and that will extend the inning for Jake Sanford.
Yeah, that was one of those in-between hops that you're going to get. You either have to make the decision to come in, charge the ball, or kind of wait back. With Mullen, you might be able to get away with waiting back on the baseball and taking that on the bigger hop, but Burns decides to go after it, charge in, and it just bounces by him on his glove side and into left field.
Edgar Garcia now back warming up for Guelph in case the Royals are able to get some runs here in the top half of the ninth. He's got an impressive baseball background, does Garcia. 4 years in the major leagues. Last played for the Minnesota Twins only a couple of years ago. He can really run it up there with the best of them. Right now, Jake Sanford, though, trying to get to Ueda. Mullen at first. Not a ton of speed in Robert Mullen at first base either for the Jackfish.
It might take a couple of hits to get him around.
Yeah. Unless it leaves the yard.
Yep.
2-0 to Sanford. He's in the driver's seat once again. Ueda comes home. Wave and a miss. 2-1 now.
There's even a ton of space in left center field. Center fielder Williams playing on the right side of second base by a few feet. And then the left fielder Hammond's pretty well straight up. So potentially a gapper there. Outfielder's got to cover a little bit more ground.
Big spot here. Bottom of the eighth, 1-0 Fish. Jake Sanford on the ground to second. Gathered up by LaRue onto first in time. Inning over. We've had one run through 8.5, or through full 8 innings here in Welland.
Your attention,
and
please.
Looks like Davey Mendez is going to come into the ballgame. We'll stay with you here as for the first time this season. The trumpets will sound as Davey Mendez looking to lock down the save. Here on Father's Day, we'll go to field level as Davey gets set.
First baseman, Liam Wilson.
All right. Showtime here in Welland. Last call for the Royals, who trail 1-0. 4, 5, 6-2 up for Guelph against one of the league's best, Davey Mendez. 6+ innings this season, 2.48 ERA for Davey. As he gets the ninth. Back-to-back games for Mendez, and he pumps in strike one, and it's not a secret what Davey offers on the bump. Ton of heat.
Yep, not at all. You can tell. First pitch there, Mullen made it sound loud. Pitchers love that. And this crowd is definitely into it to see number 41 on the bump.
All 3,248 fans were on their feet as that one's going to be fouled up and out of play, and it's 0-2.
Please, everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all.
I was almost thinking about that as we were having that conversation, who was going to get the ninth? Was it going to be Bradwell? Was it going to be Davy Mendez? The score might have had something to do with it. As it's no easy task. Who's due up for the Royals?
Mendez 0-2 on the way, and it's off speed, bounces in for ball one.
Had a waste pitch there. See if he comes back with the heat. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Mendez trying to get Wilson to start the inning. Had him thinking about it. Holds off, now even at 2s. Fan favorite here in Welland, Davy Mendez. He'll have his bobblehead night here coming up soon. That game shall be a real treat. Another full house like this one, you would assume. 2-2 from Mendez. High chopper on the ground. Wisner takes it on a second bounce. Has to get it across the diamond. In time! Mateo Porcelato does it again at first base. 1 down. Are you kidding me?
Just wow. That was, oh my goodness.
Right fielder, Andy Leader.
What a display of defense by Mateo Porcelato here in just 2 innings at first base.
Yeah, he's been put to the test, and infielders are making him work. But he's flashed the leather a couple of times now, taking those balls out of the dirt.
That was a tough ground ball to take. It was a high chopper as Mendez bumps in strike 1 to Leader. For Wisner, it's one you got to charge in, or you had to take it on the second bounce. Wisner had to leave it. Just enough to get it across the diamond in time. Hopefully Port stretch before this one. 0-1 on the way. 0-2 now to Leader.
Yeah, because that's a ball we might have seen similar to what Mullen hit in the bottom of the 8th inning, where if you come in and charge it, it just skips past your glove and it's into the outfield.
Leader in the hole, 0-2. Mendez rocks into his windup. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Andy Leader. 2 down here in the 9th.
And can we say it? Sword in the batter's box. Andy Leader, my goodness. That was oh crap, that's going to be a strike. I should swing. And just unable to connect with that breaking ball. Just filthy from Davy Mendez.
Ethan Hammond is the last hope for the Guelph Royals this afternoon. Hammond is 0 for 2 with a walk. And he pops one up to center field. Gio Morello, he's got it. Ball game. And the Welland Jackfish squeak one out on Father's Day. They're back into the win column with win number 12. A 1-0 victory over the Guelph Royals, who fall to 4-9 on the season. Davy Mendez bounces back and locks down the save in the 9th inning. And what a pitching performance by Jose Dominguez, James Bradwell, and Davy Mendez, who lock it down and only allow the Guelph Royals to combine 5 hits in this baseball game, Reese. What a performance on the bump. And the Jackfish get it done in front of 3,248 strong at the pond. 1-0 in a very quick game here in Welland on Father's Day.
Who would have thought a bloop double would have provided the only run of the ball game? And we'll give credit Grayson Barrett and the band to get the job done. Brought Porcelato home in a big 2-out hit, a clutch hit for Grayson Barrett and the Welland Jackfish. Yeah, pitching is the name of the game today. Each guy was on. They had great pace. They were quick to the plate. Give me the ball, I'm going to fire it right back at you. And just a great day all around. The place was packed. We had great weather. The breeze was around all day long. And, just good fundamental baseball from each side.
Let's go down to the field level here before we sign off for Jose Dominguez, the player of the game. That's the wrong way, Jose.
Player of the game, Jose Dominguez. Jose, what do you want to say to the Jackfish faithful?
Go Jackfish, go!
There we go, not that many words. One more time for the player of the game,
Somebody's got to teach him how to put on
Dominguez.
that fire helmet down there. Jose Dominguez, your player of the game. 7 shutout innings, only 2 strikeouts, but he got it done. A lot of weak contact by the Guelph Royals. Dominguez kept him guessing all afternoon long. James Bradwell came in, shut it down in the 8th. Davey Mendez does what he does best in the 9th inning and slams the door of the Guelph Royals. As for the second time this week, Guelph falls to the Jackfish.
Have a great one, fans.
1 run, Reese. Who would have thought that's all you needed on a Father's Day Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, it's almost like the Fish wanted the families to go home and have a nice Father's Day barbecue, and it was just awesome to watch Dominguez pitch today. That you mentioned all the fly balls, it's a simple. He's got simple mechanics, simple windup where he just kicks and fires, and not a ton of deception in the windup, but enough that the Royals hitters were just under everything all day. And credit to him, he found a way to get hitters out, and then it was 6 up, 6 down for Bradwell and Mendez. And the fans were fired up to see Mendez for the first time this season put a nice bow on today's game.
An absolutely picture-perfect game. Welland's offense just didn't really have it this afternoon, but for Guelph, the story of their tough start to the season, their offense can't do anything against the Jackfish pitching here today, as they muster only 5 hits in the ballgame, can't scratch a run across, and they fall by a final score of 1-0. The Welland Jackfish knock off Guelph once again this season, second time in the week, as they go 4-1 on a 5-game stretch this week. The Welland Jackfish 12-2, they improve their record to. We'll sign off. We'll let you go enjoy the rest of the day with your dads here in the Rose City. Welland gets it done over Guelph by a final score 1-0. He's Reese Dumani. I'm Alec Murray. For all of us here at Welland Stadium, enjoy the rest of your Father's Day weekend, and cheers from Welland.